Hey, thanks for coming over, Lefty. I can't believe I made out Onyx's dungeon alive.
Well, I always knew he was mad with...
Lefty? You doing okay there?
I don't know. I feel like millions of bronies just suddenly cried out in jubilation for some reason.
Huh. Weird.
Hey there, I'm MrLeftTurn and welcome to my favorite race shop. Well, I can't say this new airing schedule for ponies isn't weird, but more ponies is always a welcome sight. Sure, it's odd having to watch a new episode during the week instead of a weekend, but I'm not complaining, especially if the episode is another slice of life episode. And for Fluttershy Leans In, I honestly don't have too much to say about it other than I loved it. Like Flurry of Emotions, Fluttershy Leans In is a really simple episode, though its plot isn't as stock as Flurry of Emotions. But simplicity can and has worked in the show's favor before, and it worked wonders here to the point where Dr. Fauna received a good amount of focus on her character. What was her last appearance? Secret of My Excess in Season 2? It's really great to see someone as minor as Dr. Fauna get some good development when it would have been easy to have her as an overwhelmed vet who dumps her problems onto Fluttershy and come back at the end of the episode. But I enjoyed how the writers showed that yes, she is overwhelmed with the influx of animals, but she's still doing everything she can to care for them. And as another surprise, I wasn't expecting to see Big Daddy McColt show up in the episode. Although I'm indifferent to the only other episode he's been in, I still liked his character enough that I was happy to see him show up again. And it makes sense that Fluttershy reached out to him for help. People who live out in the wilderness usually have a higher respect for critters, as he calls them, and they know the best ways to use the land to their advantage without actually bringing harm to it. And now onto Fluttershy herself. This is officially one of my favorite episodes with her. I cannot express how much I loved seeing how far in 7 seasons she's come along. She knew that Dr. Fauna needed help and she didn't beat around the bush to offer a solution to help both her and the animals. The confidence oozing out of Fluttershy when she presented her sanctuary vision to her friends was great. She didn't stutter or try to be pessimistic about it. Fluttershy knew what she wanted and told her friends precisely that. And this continued when she met with each of Pinky, Applejack, and Rarity's friends who were brought on to assist the building of the sanctuary. Seeing her tell them point blank what she wanted, and albeit politely telling them that their own ideas wouldn't work, was just so wonderful. But the best part of this episode by far was when the 3 quote experts' own ideas blew up in their faces and Fluttershy let them have it, and she had every single right to do so. Yet I also love the little details of her slight hesitation before letting them have it. Yes, she didn't start yelling at them or throw insults at them, but Fluttershy was the perfect amount of assertive and being bluntly honest with them on how their ideas would not work. There isn't even a right word to describe how beautiful it was to have Fluttershy, in her own way, rip into Wrangler, Hardhat, and Dandy and fire them, which they deserve to be, especially for that unicorn jackass telling Fluttershy her vision wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. As if going against Fluttershy's instructions and vision for the sanctuary wasn't bad enough, saying that to her after rightfully being fired is just so damn rude. I was also really glad that AJ, Pinky, and Rarity were understanding and apologetic to Fluttershy for what Wrangler, Hardhat, and Dandy did. I was a little wary that they might have been upset with Fluttershy, but thankfully they condemned their friends for trying to usurp the project from Fluttershy, and they, including Twilight and Rainbow, wanted to help her get back on schedule with their own ideas. But Fluttershy's reaction to this really cemented how far she's come with her assertiveness. Standing up to 3 ponies she doesn't know very well is still good, and being firm with Zephyr Breeze in Season 6 was a testament to her development as well, but raising her voice to get her friends that have practically been a second family to her to stop with their own suggestions made me feel so proud for Fluttershy. I know, they were just trying to help, but the sanctuary was getting behind as it was, and Fluttershy had a perfect plan already. They just needed to follow it and her instructions. Of course, Pinkie Pie's response about changing Fluttershy's name to Flutterbolt only backed up how much Fluttershy has learned these past 7 seasons. Now, one thing that truly surprised me was the fact that some people couldn't find a moral for the episode. I might be grasping at straws here, I don't know, but I could see one in the episode. It's just that the main character didn't have to learn it, nor did the experts that were hired to bring the sanctuary to life, which may be the culprit for the quote missing moral, yet I think it's a clever deviation from the norm. In fact, the only thing the experts learned was how to lose a job and be a dick to their boss. But the lesson I saw was to respect someone's vision, especially if they ask you for your help. It's okay to ask if you can have some flexibility to adjust something in a plan, but at the end of the day, the one in charge has the final say, and it's wrong to go out of your way without permission, let alone after your boss firmly said no, and make a major change just because you think you know better. Fluttershy knew what she wanted from the start and never budged because she understood what was best for the animals, but Wrangler, Hardhat, and Dandy ignored her and then had the audacity to trample on her idea when they were rightfully fired. Imagine if the construction workers hired by Walt Disney blew off his vision, his dream, and built the attractions the way they wanted to without consulting him or after he told them no. Disneyland, I can guarantee, would not be what it is today, or heck, may not even exist. Do some people have faulty ideas? Yes, but most of the time it's because they don't have a firm grasp on the subject matter. They just have a very basic idea. Fluttershy is an exception because she's an animal expert and knows what's best for them. This moral may not actually be here like I already said, but I think it was a subtle one for the audience to learn, which if true is clever and doesn't spoon feed it to us. I really have nothing else to say. Fluttershy Leans In was a simple episode, but by Celestia did the writers use it to their advantage. It was just so nice to see Fluttershy's lessons of standing up for herself and being assertive, starting with an episode that shall not be named, finally all come together to help her know when it was time to let ponies go when they went against her wishes, and even tell her friends that her vision is what she wants. But I still appreciate that we saw some slight hesitation out of her, which proves she's still the element of kindness and is still a shy pony deep down, and she won't let her assertive nature take over again. Couple that with good development for Dr. Fauna and only her second appearance ever, some good jokes with the animals, and a good moral about respecting someone's vision for a project and to not ignore what they want just because you think you know better. Season 7 continues its strong start with its 5th consecutive green flag episode, and I honestly feel a little spoiled by the writers. But how did you like Fluttershy Leans In? Post your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching. I'm Mr. Left Turn. I'll see you when I get back from the track.